facing J-Tails and Larry Lur in Losers Finals.
Right, because Link was the same counter pick that Fatality looked to against Rice's Mario back at Thursday night's Foundry.
All right, but looks like he's going to stick it with the Falcon right away, trying to make some things happen. Here comes a Falcon dive, trying to catch Klaatu. But, you know, very fortunate for Klaatu, able to get around it. But that was actually a dangerous position for Fatality. If he ended up hitting forward a little bit too hard, he wouldn't have been able to have enough drift back to recover.
And we have Yellow Team starting with the first opening, getting
Super Jump Punch, getting both of them. No stocks are taken. That is a lot of damage.
Already Ido at that 100% mark, just about anyway.
Forward throw. Both members of the red team stuck here at this ledge. Another down tilt. Klaatu able to clean it up right there, catching the roll of Fatality.
It's so scary. You have a Mario waiting on the platform where you try to do a jump get up, and then just nothing but a wall of forward smashes by the Olimar.
We got another one there. Forward throw, trying to get the knee. Fatality just a little bit off the mark. Klaatu just going to the ledge. Thought he was going to try to drop down, go for the downer. It's not going to be the case. Neutral air hitting both members there. But still, the stocks are online. A lot of them just trading blows, but you see the red team more bloodied than anyone.
Yeah, but they are making this comeback done on, in terms of percent anyway. We had for the longest time Teb only at 30%, but he got a little bit overzealous looking for these kills, started tossing out a bit too raw of smash attacks, and red team keeps punishing him for it over and over again.
And Teb trying to go for the hardest read on Fatality. They was expecting a rollback since the Falcon kick went a little bit too far.
Ido now lost his first stock, but like you mentioned before, Miho, all these guys at that death percent as well. So at a moment's notice, things can be reclaimed for the red team's momentum.
Yeah, the up smash from Klaatu able to hit both directions, and wow, both members of the yellow team taking some big hits, but able to live through them.
Rather surprising, too. These guys' DI must be absolutely on point right now.
Yeah, still, sour spot of that back air, not enough at 150. Oh my.
Why are they still alive, finally? Klaatu dying, but Teb still holding on to dear life.
Oh, back there from that blue Pikmin, Teb just was not ready for the knockback on there, especially with Klaatu. Ridiculous. Finally, Teb losing his stock as well, sticks the white Pikmin onto Ido.
One thing that I find so interesting to watch between these two teams is we spent a lot of time analyzing how much in Ultimate that shield is a bad option, but even in double, like even in Ultimate, in doubles, going with the shield is so strong because it forces your opponents into a single line of play. If they want to open you up, they have to go for a grab, which in this game is so risky to do.
I just love how the red team together taking flight to try to go ahead and edge guard the yellow team. Fatality going a little bit higher than Ido, but Ido also going for the jump as well.
Yellow team doing a great job with his edge guard, still trying to get it going a little bit further, but unfortunately the team grab by Klaatu is going to stop it in its tracks.
Yeah, only the red Pikmin making contact for that grab. Another up smash is going to do it. 2 stocks, 2 up smashes.
And immediately yellow team tries disengaging from the corner after baiting the invincible red team there. They're still caught there because Teb is left behind on the ledge, and Klaatu doesn't want to leave him to be 2v1'd right here.
Down air coming all the way in there to take that stock. Forward smash not going to be online for Ido. Very close. Ooh, okay, Fatality. Single jab, disengage, run over to Teb.
It was a great mix-up because I'm sure Klaatu was expecting more punishment, which freed up Ido to get off the ledge, and then Teb was expecting to be the one doing the scaring.
He saw that single up air. Thought someone was going to get carried over to the top. Teb, unfortunately, unable to go ahead and get the Falcon dive. Getting the tech. We can get another down air. Yes, we do, but it only hits Ido instead of Fatality. Back air, not quite going to do it either.
Yellow team in a great position now. Only mid% on Klaatu, and we have Teb still on his second stock, still holding on to it. Once again, he just does not die. That hard hat being incredible for Mario.
Another edge guard situation. Ido immediately using the electro shock to recover back to that ledge. Up throw. Yeah, that's going to be it.
Yeah. Gets barely a 3 stock, but a 3 stock all the same. I'm amazed how well Teb just refused to die that entire set. He was hit by so many things, but he kept his composure up, kept his DI solid, and I think that really did a lot of work in cementing the yellow team's lead throughout that whole game.
I don't know, very solid stuff from the yellow team, really keeping up the same game plan they've been doing all day, and really just riding the momentum that you were talking about earlier, GPIC. They have not dropped the game.
And it's looking to keep that way up, but of course Fatality does have the choice of a counter pick being a very flexible player. And, I mean, Ido, I know he doesn't enjoy playing Meta Knight nearly as much as Pit, but he does still have the fundamentals of the bat in his head as well, in case it comes to that. But
we're getting no picks whatsoever. Looks like we're just going to be getting a counter pick to Palos instead.
Okay, gonna just try to leverage this very large real estate, just dead center. No real platforms to hide on. The platforms do help in terms of alleviating the ledge pressure, which we saw several times in the previous game. Yellow team got red team both on the corner and kept them there. And thanks to the previous Pokemon Stadium layout, that platform placement helped cover the jump get-ups. In this case, jump wake-up is another route to
Teb coming in with that forwarder, making sure Fatality could not edge guard his teammate anymore. But Teb is actually doing a fantastic job catching the landings of both members of the red team. These up airs have been getting so much mileage on a lot of percent. I'm not sure what happened there to Fatality. Ends up just losing that stock.
I think he tried to do a Falcon dive onto the platform, and he was just slightly shy of it in an attempt to like catch somebody standing on there, but he just overestimated his reach.
It's unfortunate to lose stocks that early, but at least it was his first one as opposed to any others. Great parry right there coming out from Teb. Understanding multi-hits a little bit easier to go ahead and get that parry. Just need to drop that shield.
Oh, it's a red team that's able to hold on to this base ground for so long. Fatality doing a great job, too, of just sticking to Klaatu's Olimar. Whenever anything happens, he makes sure to stay right on him so that nothing...
Oh, my goodness. Two forward smashes coming in. First one hitting Klaatu, then the other getting Teb stock.
Back to back.
Yeah, definitely making up for that ill-advised SD a little bit earlier.
Ido maintaining that point, even though he is the one with the more damage stock. I think they realize Fatality has a better job finding conversions off of straight hits in the neutral. They're just looking for him to dash forward and find a knee or something strong afterward.
We have the option select on the shield off of Olimar's up smash. They do not have a lot of lag. Klaatu is really just going for the forward smash as well, catching Ido off guard. Really, GPIC, to your point, I think that is a great team dynamic for the red team, just because when Fatality is approaching himself, he's Falcon. There's only two things you can do. You can either run in for a dash grab or for a dash attack really well. And when you send Ido in the front lines, when the Pikmin are coming at him, he can lead with that neutral air. And when the neutral air is there, then Fatality can just go over the top and try to get that punish.
Yeah, just shredding through all the vegetation.
Dash attack still not going to do it for Ido, but a gentleman right onto Teb, calling out that aggressive recovery. Down tilt going to do it, but still Teb holding onto that jump to come back.
Fatality is having the hardest time trying to pin down Teb's movement too on stage. We're seeing just how well Teb is able to be defensive, not just because of like his shield and DI, but just by being in the wrong place at the right time.
Great back there to follow up. Red team taking the stock lead with such high percent. A couple of good hits. We'll go ahead and do it. Smash trying to force a share stock, and they do.
Now it's just Ido at that triple digits. Staying defensive now in the back line, even though we talked about how Ido was taking point earlier. He's going to want to hold on to the stock as much as possible. He's having a hard time.
We got a shield break, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the wrong way.
Okay, we got the white Pikmin at least.
That was such a good way to save that situation in the scramble. Solimar not having the back hit on the up smash, the same one that caused that shield break to begin with. Not actually connecting, but still get the white on and guarantee at least that 40% damage onto
up smash. Still not going to take Ido stock, but we have Fatality already sitting at 96%.
Now it's Fatality, 108% against two mid-damage characters. But as a character himself, having to contend with, yes, here's a white Pikmin, already getting on an extra, look at that, 130% now.
Neutral not going to do it. Teb ends up going for that tech, getting clipped by the down smash. There's an opportunity for Fatality to get something started. Down air leading into the up air. Some great damage. I'm not sure what Teb was looking for, but nonetheless, blue Pikmin grab, up throw, it's going to do it.
I think it
going up 2-0.
Just looking for pressure, right? It's just, I'm going to nair right in this position, and you'll get hit by it, and we can convert that into a grab. Or if you block it, whatever you punish me with, Solimar's right there to catch your end lag with that blue Pikmin grab once again. So it's just, it all plays into itself. And once again, Teb and Klaatu looking pretty good. That second game, closer for the Ido Fatality team. They did get to roam around a bit more without having to worry about the platforms, especially. The other thing that I neglected to notice was that those platforms on Pokemon Stadium do help Teb extend his combos. Even though they're not like the battlefield layout, they're still in a nice, convenient position for him to get further damage. But Ido, now with the Meta Knight, I think trying to get the most they can out of edge guards now on this yellow team, especially against Klaatu. They haven't really been able to abuse his hitboxless recovery as hard as they'd like. No, never mind. Actually, they just want to do some 2v1s in this lower percent.
Yeah, Idol immediately just disengaging, taking advantage of the fact that Klaatu had to grab onto that ledge. I think really, yes, they do want to take advantage of the edge guard onto Klaatu, but at the same time, really just adding a new dynamic to this set. Just trying to mix up this team. Like, you have not seen a Meta Knight from me in quite a while. We've only seen this hit with that disjoint. How are you going to deal with this disjoint and tornadoes?
Yes, exactly. We already have Ido causing a lot of chaos with his faster speed here. Able to just dive in and out at a moment's notice and find these little, this quick disjointed hits.
Cool parry, the down smash, and gonna get Fatality trying to recover.
That was actually...
Oh my, up throw leading into the knee. Great damage out coming from the red team, and Teb in a dangerous spot.
He's gonna be able to make it back on stage, even though it's so scary for him because he's already on his second stock at a percent to perhaps lose down to his last stock. Klaatu now really has to play this support role flawlessly to keep his team in the game.
Yeah, and he was definitely trying to keep up with the support role a little bit earlier. He went down expecting Teb losing his jump just in case.
Now he's being caught off stage, and
Fatality
Fatality
for that air dodge,
doesn't
calls
miss
him out. Man, what a turnaround for the red team with the Meta Knight pick.
Both of them making it back on stage. I like how, despite everything, the members of Yellow Team just recognize how important it is for them to protect each other's recoveries and disadvantage. Even if it's just existing side by side, they need to make sure they can get the most out of their stocks if they're going to make this comeback happen.
Getting rid of that Pikmin, but can avoid everything. Idol finally losing his first stock. Fatality sitting at 122 after he ends up getting clipped. The cape still not enough. Did not use it for his Falcon dive, fortunately.
Yeah, that was a very close call for the red team. They almost had their stocks even up, but there we go.
Smash out of shield. Klaatu immediately just tossing the purple again, just to interrupt Idol charging up that forward smash.
Are they up? The shuttle loop not going to be able to finish off Klaatu, just adding on that extra damage. Yellow team so close to getting a chance to even this up if they can just get a bit more percent. But
oh no,
Fatality forcing a trade and actually evening the score.
Oh my goodness, and Teb going so hard off stage, trying to lead that forward air. Really get the lead yet again.
Yellow team doesn't want to drop a single game. They're 8 in a row so far. If they can get this 9th, they'll find themselves in grand finals. But Fatality making it as hard as possible for Teb to make his way back onto the stage.
Backer leading into that up smash. Klaatu trying to hold on to the stock. The last hit of the backer, not going to connect. Second lease on life now, but Teb the first one to lose it.
Actually, there will be in losers finals, not grand finals. Gonna get ahead of myself cheering for the NorCal boys. You know how it is.
Just skipping a whole set, G-Pick. But one game at a time, because it is looking like the red team gonna take this one away. Klaatu's so slow on his recovery, using the super armor there on the whistle.
I don't know, man. One right down smash and can maybe hit both of these guys off of him.
You know, down tilt, sending Idol right back up into the air, charging up that forward smash, actually catching both of them.
Getting hit by the backer, though, once again. Klaatu being caught off stage, but managing to navigate.
Forward smash is going to be online. Klaatu in a 1v1 situation. Both players here at such a high percent. Back air on that tech. Great stuff from Klaatu.
Klaatu managing to touch stage. Just keeping up this pressure.
He only has one Pikmin online, finally getting the white and the purple.
There we go, the white doing just what it can. We have a purple, though.
Fatality going all the way out.
Low to the stage, and he dies for it. The panic, unfortunately, coming out for Klaatu. So close to clutching that one out. And you have to remember how that game started was with such an early loss by Teb, right? He dropped his first stock within the first 10, 20 seconds, but they were still able to bring it down to that very last hit moment with Klaatu surviving the 2v1 and nearly winning it against both Ido and Fatality.
Yeah, but I really love the Meta Knight pick out from Ido. Able to really go out there to Klaatu, because with the Dark Pit, it was very difficult for him to really get that edge guard. With Meta Knight, he's a little more at home. He's able to go ahead and throw out those bigger hitboxes to an extent, because that neutral air, you have that back air, and you have the tornado more importantly, because the tornado, regardless of where you end up getting hit by it, it's still a single hit.
Yeah, the thing that makes the tornado so scary as an edge guard is because Meta Knight has the flexibility to shoot out a little bit further with the tornado as like a burst movement, and then still be able to drift right back to the ledge. And the fact that you need to be ready for it at any time, it's so hard to react to, might prompt people to like air dodge early. And then you have the red team being able to capitalize on that so much harder. The other thing to point out is Fatality had such a good time lining up his spikes. And it looks like, I think in reaction to maybe the counterpick stage of
Idol going
Pokemon
right
Stadium.
back to the Dark Pit, and that's the only thing I can think of is probably just the stage, or maybe he just wasn't feeling that at home with the Meta Knight.
Yeah, what I see it also being is just in terms of when it came down to more of those later moments, the singles experience he has with Dark Pit actually would have been able to pay out a lot better because he got caught off guard by what Olimar was packing.
Fatality trying to end the stock very early, and the yellow team kind of just exploding on the red team.
I mean, Fatality is, again, in the previous game, was having such an easier time lining this up, getting so many stocks as a result of his spikes. So I think they're trying to leverage that as their primary edge guard because it wasn't so much from the Meta Knight, aside from an early tornado, that ended up dealing a lot of ledge pressure.
Yep, there we have it already with the Dark Pit. Klaatu hit Idol's shield, and he immediately retaliated with a short hop down air. Speaking of down airs, getting hit by his own teammate, Fatality. He has to be careful with those, especially with Idol sitting at 143.
We have Klaatu trying to hold on to that center stage. Ends up being knocked out of the way, but maybe had a good timing because the electroshock whiffs on him entirely.
We have a red team now losing both of their first stocks. And Teb coming in with the Gimp. I didn't even get to see what he hit him with, but nonetheless, that is a stock gone. Fatality down to his last one already.
I mean, Klaatu loses his one as well. We have ourselves a very similar close game that we've been seeing in the first two, where it's otherwise close to even, if not for Teb just managing to get that extra little bit of juice from every one of his stocks.
Yep. No, and really for Fatality's play, when you play so aggressively, that is a double-edged sword. Sometimes it goes in your favor to get these early stocks. Other times, you're going to lose your stock early yourself.
And unfortunately, Klaatu actually finally murdering Teb himself, but when you look at the damage on the board, and especially at Fatality being missing a stock entirely now, being on his last one, it's looking very much in yellow team's position to take the set.
Forward smash. Wow, I think Idol went for a forward smash himself, but ends up clicking out.
That's actually going to be it now. Fatality forced to steal a stock, and Idol barely escaping from that up smash.
He had to go ahead and be careful because he was still holding on to the arrow when he fell off stage.
Oh, man.
Rapid jabs. Fatality has to be careful with those. Teb was lurking right behind him.
Oh, and gonna just throw out that F smash and catch Klaatu, I think, in the middle of his down smash before it could come out. Slowly, it's bits like these that help make a comeback possible, but Idol has to play with so much caution. You see him jumping out of that as soon as he saw the up smash.
The up smash hitting both members of the red team. Over the super jump punch as well to rack up some more percent, but Idol is out of this contest. Has to believe in Fatality now. Oh, he's getting carried up. Super jump punch one more time, and that's going to be it. Teb and Klaatu taking the set 3-1.
It's about time that killed because Teb went for that every single game multiple times.